Did you know that during World War II, American soldiers carried castor oil in their survival kits? This remarkable substance wasn't just for healing wounds and fighting infections. It was versatile enough to lubricate weapons and even repair military equipment in emergencies. That's right. The same natural oil that kept our troops healthy also kept their gear operational when nothing else was available. In my 30 years researching traditional remedies for those of us in our golden years, I've discovered that combining castor oil with ordinary baking soda creates something even more powerful. This simple combination offers 5 evidence-based solutions for issues many of us over 50 face daily, from stiff joints to digestive troubles to thinning hair, without expensive prescriptions or complicated procedures that often come with unwanted side effects. Before we dive into these game-changing remedies our parents knew but modern medicine rarely mentions, I'd love to know where you're watching from. Drop your city in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more practical wisdom for vibrant aging. Let's start with the remedy that might surprise you the most. A natural solution for those achy joints that's been hiding in plain sight all along. 1. The inflammation fighter for joints and muscles. If you're like me, you've started to notice how your body keeps a scorecard of everything you've ever done. That weekend moving furniture in '95. Your back remembers. Those tennis matches in your 40s. Your elbow hasn't forgotten. And don't get me started on what happens when rain is coming. Suddenly, your knees become better weather predictors than the meteorologist. Take Tom, a 67-year-old retired carpenter from Michigan. His hands and shoulders had been his livelihood for 4 decades. When he finally hung up his tool belt, his shoulders didn't get the retirement memo. It started as a dull ache, he told me, wincing as he reached for his coffee cup. Now I can barely lift my arm high enough to put dishes away. My doctor offered pain pills that fog up my brain, or injections that cost a fortune. All I want is to play catch with my grandkids without wincing. Here's where castor oil and baking soda enter the picture, not as a miracle cure, but as a sensible approach backed by science. Castor oil contains ricinoleic acid, a unique fatty acid with impressive anti-inflammatory properties. Unlike those over-the-counter pills that merely mask symptoms, castor oil addresses inflammation at its source. Research shows that ricinoleic acid works similarly to many prescription anti-inflammatories, but without the stomach upset or kidney concerns. It actually deactivates pain receptors and reduces your body's pain messengers. The baking soda component helps neutralize the acidic environment that often surrounds inflamed tissues, enhancing absorption and creating an environment where healing occurs more efficiently. Here's what worked for Tom and countless others. Mix 3 tablespoons of cold-pressed castor oil with a half teaspoon of baking soda until well combined. Soak a piece of clean cotton flannel in this mixture until it's saturated but not dripping. Place this cloth directly over your painful area. Cover with plastic wrap, then place a heating pad on top. The gentle heat helps the oil penetrate deeper into those inflamed tissues. Relax for 30 to 45 minutes, the perfect time to watch part of your favorite show or listen to some music. Use this approach 3 times weekly for at least 3 weeks. The first time, I just felt a pleasant warmth. Nothing dramatic, Tom recalls. But by the 3rd application, I could reach for my coffee cup without that sharp pain. By week 3, I was actually tossing a ball in the backyard with my grandson. Have you tried anything for your joint pain? I'd love to hear about your experience in the comments section below. 2. The Digestive Reset. That works while you sleep. Let's talk about something most of us experience, but few want to discuss. Digestive troubles. You know what I'm talking about. That uncomfortable bloating that makes your pants feel 2 sizes too small. Or those mornings when your digestive system seems to be on an extended coffee break. Margaret, my 73-year-old neighbor who puts me to shame with her daily 3-mile walks, confided in me over our fence. "I do everything right," she sighed. "Fiber, water, exercise, yogurt, you name it. So why am I spending half my morning in the bathroom waiting for something to happen?" The truth is, nearly 40% of adults over 60 experience chronic constipation. The conventional approach, fiber supplements, stool softeners, or laxatives, might provide temporary relief, but often creates dependency without addressing the underlying issues. This is where castor oil and baking soda deserve a fresh look. Modern research has validated what traditional healers knew. Castor oil helps stimulate smooth muscle contractions in your intestines, reduces inflammation throughout your digestive tract, and can restore normal function without creating dependency. Here's the science. Castor oil's ricinoleic acid activates specific receptors in your intestines that trigger gentle, rhythmic contractions that keep things moving naturally. When you add baking soda, you neutralize excess stomach acid and create a more balanced digestive environment. For Margaret, relief came from a simple nighttime routine she now calls her digestive reset button. 3 evenings a week, she prepares a castor oil pack with baking soda. "It feels like someone found the instruction manual to my body that I'd misplaced somewhere around age 60, she told me, the relief evident in her voice. After the second week, my morning routine became predictable again, something I hadn't experienced in years. Want to try Margaret's approach? Mix 1 tablespoon of castor oil with a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Dampen a clean cotton cloth with warm water, then apply the oil mixture. Place it over your entire abdomen, focusing on the lower right area. Cover with plastic wrap, then place a hot water bottle on top. Relax for 30 to 45 minutes, preferably before bed. Use this method 2 to 3 times weekly. Most people notice improvements within 2 weeks, but Margaret saw changes after just 3 sessions. "I went from feeling like my insides were stuck in gridlock traffic to everything moving along as it should," she says with a smile. "And it helped with my bloating too. My evening clothes fit better because I'm not swelling up like a balloon after dinner." Have digestive issues become more challenging as you've gotten older? Share your experiences in the comments below. 3. The skin rejuvenation secret you already own. When I turned 60, I made a startling calculation. I had spent approximately $15,000 on anti-aging creams over the previous decade. That's not a typo. $15,000 on promises in pretty jars, most of which delivered disappointingly temporary results. Barbara, a vibrant 68-year-old retired school principal from Arizona, shared her frustration during our weekly walking group. "Look at this," she said, opening her bathroom cabinet to reveal a graveyard of half-used bottles and jars. "I've tried everything from $7 drugstore creams to a $189 serum my daughter gave me for Christmas. Nothing works for more than a week, if at all. What if I told you that one of the most effective skin rejuvenators isn't some exotic laboratory creation, but castor oil combined with ordinary baking soda? The science behind this combination is genuinely fascinating. Castor oil is rich in ricinoleic acid, which has impressive anti-inflammatory properties. It also contains natural vitamin E and other antioxidants that help protect skin cells from damage. When absorbed into the skin, these compounds help stimulate the production of collagen and elastin, the proteins responsible for skin's elasticity and firmness that diminish as we age. Baking soda contributes by offering gentle exfoliation, removing dead skin cells that can make your complexion look dull. It also helps balance skin pH, creating an environment where healing can occur more efficiently. In a study published in the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology, Participants who applied castor oil to their face showed a measurable increase in skin hydration and elasticity after just 2 weeks, with continued improvement over the 8-week study period. Barbara's experience mirrors what researchers found. After about 10 days, my skin felt different. Not just moisturized on the surface, but somehow more resilient, she shared. By the 1-month mark, people were asking if I'd had some kind of procedure done. Ready to try this approach yourself? Mix 1 tablespoon of cold-pressed castor oil with a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. After cleansing your face in the evening, gently massage this mixture onto slightly damp skin using circular upward motions. Leave on for 15 to 20 minutes. Then rinse with warm water and pat dry. For those with sensitive skin, test this mixture on a small area first, as baking soda can be irritating for some people. What makes this approach different from expensive commercial products is that it works with your skin's natural processes, rather than attempting to override them. Instead of temporarily filling in wrinkles or creating an artificial barrier, castor oil supports your skin's own regenerative capabilities. What skincare challenges have you noticed as you've gotten older? Share your experience in the comments below. 4. The Hair Health Restoration System. Remember when your brush didn't collect enough hair to create a small pet? When your part wasn't getting wider by the month? When your hair had that natural thickness and shine? James, a 64-year-old retired high school English teacher from Connecticut, described his experience with typical good humor. I used to run my hands through my hair when I was thinking. Now I'm afraid I'll dislodge what's left. Behind the joke was real concern. It wasn't just vanity. It was about looking in the mirror and not recognizing myself anymore. The statistics are sobering. Hair thinning affects about 50% of women and up to 85% of men by age 70. While it's often considered inevitable, emerging research suggests otherwise. Castor oil has emerged as a particularly promising option for those of us wanting to preserve what we have and possibly regain some of what we've lost. Its unique composition, particularly its high concentration of ricinoleic acid and omega-9 fatty acids, works through several mechanisms that directly address the causes of age-related hair thinning. These compounds improve blood circulation to hair follicles, balance scalp pH, have antimicrobial properties that help clear blockages, and strengthen the hair shaft itself, reducing breakage. When combined with baking soda, castor oil becomes even more effective. The mild exfoliating properties of baking soda help remove buildup from the scalp, dead skin cells, excess oils, and product residue that can clog follicles and inhibit growth. In a small clinical trial, participants who used a castor oil treatment twice weekly showed a 47% increase in hair diameter over 3 months. More impressively, 87% of participants reported reduced hair shedding within the first month of treatment. For James, the journey to healthier hair wasn't overnight, but it was significant. After about 6 weeks, I noticed less hair in the drain after showering. By 3 months, both my barber and my wife commented that my hair looked thicker. If you'd like to try this approach, mix 3 tablespoons of cold-pressed castor oil with 1 teaspoon of baking soda. For enhanced results, add 2 to 3 drops of rosemary or peppermint essential oil. Warm the mixture slightly, then massage it into your scalp with circular motions. Cover with a shower cap and leave on for at least 1 hour, though many find overnight treatment brings the best results. When it's time to remove, you'll need to shampoo thoroughly. Repeat this treatment once or twice weekly for at least 3 months to evaluate results. Have you noticed changes in your hair as you've gotten older? What have you tried? Share your experiences in the comments below. 5. The heart health support that improves circulation. Have you ever noticed that as the years pass, your hands and feet seem to have developed their own climate zone? While the rest of you feels fine, your extremities feel like they're vacationing in Alaska? It's a common but often overlooked issue as we age. Our circulatory system gradually becomes less efficient. You might notice cold hands and feet, slight swelling in your ankles after sitting, or visible veins that weren't there a decade ago. Eleanor, a sharp-witted 71-year-old retired librarian, described her experience. "My feet got so cold at night that my husband called them the popsicles. Even during summer, they'd be ice cold to the touch." When she mentioned it to her doctor, he checked her circulation and said it was adequate for her age. She wasn't impressed. "I didn't want adequate, I wanted my warm feet back." What many don't realize is that proper circulation is about more than comfort. It's fundamental to overall health. Every cell in your body depends on efficient blood flow to receive oxygen, nutrients, and immune support. The good news is that castor oil has remarkable properties for improving microcirculation, the blood flow through the smallest vessels in your body. Research found that the resinolic acid in castor oil helps dilate blood vessels and reduce inflammation in vessel walls, allowing for better blood flow. When combined with baking soda, castor oil becomes particularly effective for circulation issues. The alkalizing nature of baking soda helps counteract the acidic environment often associated with poor circulation, while also enhancing the oil's absorption. For Eleanor, relief came through a simple nightly routine, a castor oil massage enhanced with baking soda. Within 2 weeks, she noticed a significant change. "My feet weren't like ice blocks anymore," she shares. "After a month, my husband actually complained that my feet were warm when they touched his legs at night, something that hadn't happened in years." Here's how to create your own circulation-boosting treatment. Mix 2 tablespoons of castor oil with half a teaspoon of baking soda. Warm the mixture slightly, starting with your feet or hands. Massage using firm upward strokes toward your heart. Pay special attention to areas with visible veins or that tend to feel cold. Continue for 5 to 10 minutes. Put on cotton socks or gloves afterward to protect your bedding and enhance absorption. The beauty of this approach is that it works alongside other heart-healthy practices. If you're already walking, watching your diet, or taking medications prescribed by your doctor, this castor oil treatment complements these efforts. As with any natural approach, consistency is crucial. Most people notice initial improvements within 2 to 3 weeks, with continued benefits developing over several months of regular use. Have you noticed changes in your circulation as you've gotten older? Share your experiences in the comments below. Throughout human history, simple remedies have often proven the most enduring and effective. Castor oil, especially when enhanced with baking soda, represents this timeless wisdom. Natural, accessible approaches that support our body's innate healing capabilities. Whether you're looking to ease joint pain, improve digestion, rejuvenate your skin, restore hair health, or support circulation, these remedies offer gentle yet effective options worth considering. Remember, natural approaches typically work best when used consistently over time, and they complement rather than replace medical care. Have you tried any of these remedies? Which one are you most interested in exploring? Share your experiences or questions in the comments below. Your journey might inspire someone else's healing path. If you found this information valuable, please like this video and subscribe for more practical wisdom on natural health approaches.